we heard a quote that was quite profound. Don't try and do 1,000 things 6 times. Rather try and do 6 things 1,000 times. Someone with Alzheimer's and dementia, structure is extremely important. It creates a sense of predictability for them. We think about caregiver burnout prevention strategies. Habits and routine actually create room for you as a loved one to be able to step away and fill your own cup as well. Welcome to Fill in the Blanks podcast. This month, we're focusing on whole person wellness, and this is something that I'm very passionate about. My name is Ilanie Kriel. I'm a clinical social worker and work primarily in neuro and spinal rehab for the last 10 years. I started Kriel Care as a passion project 6 years ago when I saw the need for care partners that could facilitate activities of daily living in the home environment. So today, I want to touch on something that's going to be extremely helpful for family members who have recently gone through a traumatic medical event and is now sitting with having to take your family member home and unsure how to approach the way forward. We're going to discuss how the small daily routines can make a huge difference. So first and foremost, I want to ask a question. Why are daily habits more important than motivation? If we think about motivation is fleeting. Think about when you start a new diet or when you try and start a new hobby. You're motivated, you're excited, you go full throttle for the first 2 weeks, and after that, you kind of find every excuse not to do something anymore. When you have a loved one who's sustained a stroke, who has Alzheimer's or dementia, who's got Parkinson's disease, unfortunately, relying on motivation to facilitate day-to-day activities is simply not enough. Transformation, I found working as a social worker, really isn't about the big magical moments in doing something, but it really is about the small daily habits that you cultivate when your loved one comes home. So let's unpack it. In this episode, I'm going to unpack daily habits, we're going to unpack morning routines, and I'm going to unpack some habits for caregiver burnout prevention. So let's get into it. Let's take Sarah. Sarah is an 86-year-old lady. She's got Alzheimer's and dementia. Her daughter phoned us and she was extremely distraught. She said that Sarah is waking up at different times during the day. She's not eating. She's not taking her medication. When she's awake, she's completely sedentary, only sitting in front of the TV. The daughter was extremely worried about Sarah's physical health. She's not eating properly. She's not drinking her medication. She was worried about her mental health. She was becoming more and more depressed, actually verbalized that she's so depressed she doesn't want to be here anymore. The daughter was also worried about Sarah's social well-being, as her mom didn't want to engage in her community. She no longer went for tea with the neighbors. She no longer wanted to come and visit her daughter. Her daughter contacted us to place a care partner to assist Sarah with activities of daily living. And this is where the magic happens. At Kriel Care, we are so intentional about implementing a structured daily routine. So let's just have a look at Sarah's morning routine. So when we implemented the care partner went to Sarah's house at the same time every morning. We implemented a structured morning routine where when the care partner got there, Sarah woke up, she went for a shower, she had coffee, she had breakfast, her morning medication, whereafter she engaged in some exercises, had afternoon tea, had her lunch, took a rest. 2 weeks after implementing the structured daily routine, Sarah's daughter phoned us back and said she can't believe the change in Sarah's functioning. Sarah was actually properly eating, she was taking her medication, she was more emotionally sound, she was engaging with her daughter again, and this all because we implemented a structured daily and morning routine. This is the difference that it can make for someone like Sarah with Alzheimer's and dementia. From a quality of life perspective, from an engagement with family perspective, from an emotional wellness perspective of Sarah, I think it's evident just to see what a small habit in implementing a structured daily routine can mean for someone with Alzheimer's and dementia. What I do want to highlight is someone with Alzheimer's and dementia, structure is extremely important. It creates a sense of predictability for them, and that actually decreases agitation and anxiety. So for someone with Alzheimer's and dementia, doing the same thing every day at the same time is not boring. It actually creates a sense of safety for them. So if you are a daughter of a Sarah in your life, I really highly want to encourage you to implement a structured daily routine. If we think about caregiver burnout prevention strategies, habits and routine actually create room for you as a loved one to be able to step away and fill your own cup as well. If you implement a structured daily routine with regards to physical, emotional, mental, and social activities in your loved one's day, it can create a sense of structure and safety for your loved one that creates a sense where you can step away, you can go to the shops, you can visit friends as a loved one looking after someone like Sarah. I also want to highlight the importance of respite care to promote caregiver burnout prevention. So someone like us, like Kriel Care, can implement a care partner for a couple of times a week just to ensure that your loved one stays in their routine for you as a loved one to step away. So small daily habits that we implement on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, on a month-to-month basis, actually creates a sense of safety for your loved one, but it also creates a sense of peace of mind for you as a child or a family member looking after someone with Alzheimer's and dementia. I recently heard a quote that was quite profound. Don't try and do 1,000 things 6 times. Rather try and do 6 things 1,000 times. And that really speaks to the power of habit. The power of implementing a structured daily routine where your loved one can feel safe, where they know what to expect from the day, where they know that there's familiarity, where there's calm, where there's peace, can make a huge difference, especially for someone with Alzheimer's and dementia. This is really a basic concept to promote entire person wellness for people with Alzheimer's, dementia. But this is also applicable to people who sustained a stroke, a spinal cord injury, someone who has to come home after hospitalization. I want to encourage family members that when your loved one comes home from hospital, it is important to implement a structured daily routine from the get-go. Get help where you need it, make sure that you put structures in place, and make sure that you keep on doing these daily habits. In the end, they will compound, and that will promote dignity and quality of life for your loved one. This is Fill in the Blanks podcast. Catch us same time, same place next week.